I am back. Let me just set the timer for the next break. And I just want to double check that my sound sounds alright. I've got a second device next to me. Yeah, I did remember to switch on the sound. Okay. Okay, so now it's just dimensional research. And the main quest. All that remaining. Plus tokens. I don't know what to do with tokens. Well, I know what to do with tokens. I'm not sure how much extra value it adds. We've already done most of the missions. Oh no, there's a sniper and a shrieker. This guy. Didn't even see that guy. Oh man. Surprise! Just when you think you're safe. Okay, it's a shortcut to the waypoint though. Yeah, that was not a good position to start a fight in. Okay. Abilities. 2 points, 3 points. Seize an additional enemy. 30% melee damage. Fast travel to Dimensional Research Astray Maze. Some enemies can camouflage themselves, listen for them to determine their location and deal damage to force them out of hiding. That's the Shrieker guys. Or Distorted. Okay, so, hold on. We actually went through this in Dimensional Research. Okay. Change your outfit at the control point in Central Executive. Yeah, this is where we were. Okay, Slide Projector Research, Hadron Resonance Lab. With Red Sand, man. And this is the desert area they were talking about. That was where the entities came from, Polaris and Hadron.
There was a doorway here, to where Dylan and I went, where the projector took us, where we met you. The Bureau opened the same door here, but there's just an echo now. Are you close?
Yep.
Just on the other side?
Not sure about this. So that direction is where we need to go. Curious about this now. Nope. Won't work. Okay, so red light. Platforms. Any good? Whoa, okay. A bit distorting. Intrusive pattern. Search for goodies. Ah.
The projector's not here. Moved again. What did Darling do with it? I've got to find out.
Warning. Do not touch or move the projector. It looks like he might have projected it against the wall or something.
Each slide is a physical portal into another dimension. Only one slide remains. Dylan's sister burned the rest in ordinary before we could intercept. The text on it, color slide film, this side towards screen, and the number 36. The topography of slidescape 36 bears deep wave marks. On the slide and in the distance, there's a formation of 5 pillars like crude, outstretched fingers. There were casualties on our first expedition. Communication is an issue. There is no sound there, as if you've gone deaf. And radios don't work. Correction, a resonance from an unknown source in part within the range of audible frequency. It acts in unpredictable ways, causing feedback loops that can tear you apart. Trench insists he heard something else. It made his ears bleed. Our equipment found no evidence of anything beyond the primary resonance. Trench's medical tests showed nothing amiss.
That might have been the hiss then. Somehow. For demonstration purposes only, not the actual OOP.
The projected image from each slide is a physical portal into another dimension. Only one slide remains. Dylan's sister burned the rest in ordinary before we could intercept.
Good thing, because
The
you
text
are
on it,
crazy, man.
color slide film, this side towards screen, and the number 36. The topography of slidescape.
Hadron Resonance Lab. Okay, let me actually explore this area first. So we came in there, we went up. This is where it was assumed to be previously, projected in that direction. Okay. Explore both sides. Ooh, and the upstairs area. Oops. Oh, there's oops. Levitation, ammo efficiency, and astral blip. Okay, clear out some stuff. Rank 5. Already equipped the rank 5. Rank 4. Okay. And weapon mods. Levitation, ammo efficiency. Getting a lot of those. This is reload speed, rank 4. Rate of fire boost. Any charge stuff? No, there's rank 5 on the charge stuff. Okay, what else do we have? Oh wait, one of these here got a new section. Headshot damage while aiming. Shield reload efficiency. Pierce zoom boost. Or accuracy. Damage while aiming. Oh, we've already got one of those. So health, energy gain from headshots. The rate of fire on that one. Okay, another untapped potential. We might be able to do the last upgrade as well. Missions, Polaris, collectibles, case of file, anchor procedures. AI 11. Blackrock paneling successfully prevent manifestation of the sphere. A Trotman style anchor made of iron with a wooden stock. Surface is rusted in places, weighs 3,789 pounds. The item generates a persistent black sphere, the purpose of which is currently unknown. The sphere is always generated at a precise point in relation to the item, specifically blank horizontal feet and blank vertical feet from the blank of the anchor. Appendix 425-1983. Blank, a Ranger First Class, was dropped into the sphere wearing a diving suit with dedicated oxygen line at blank AM Eastern Standard Time. After 10 minutes and 13 seconds inside the sphere, blank oxygen lines cut as the sphere's border at the sphere's border by an unseen force. All agents in the room during blanks entry into the sphere experience vomiting, vertigo, and loss of fingernails within an hour of one another. Ranger blank has been declared MIA, presumed dead. What? So dived into the ball. Multimedia was the Darling thing, I assume. Darling presentations, Slidescape 36. Yeah, so stand away from frame when emergency lights are on. That's when they project stuff into that. Or opened the doorway to another world. Then you should stand away from the door. Okay. There isn't too much else. Just gonna have a quick look close by. So this kind of reminiscent of the Stargate ramp. Portal to a different world. So we want to get up there. Do we do that again? Yes. Ah, Blackrock shielding. Oh, so close. Okay, so we need to start higher. And then we can go up there. There we go, nice and easy. Okay, and then we go to... What was this? Nothing. And if we open it, there's going to be a hole there. Big bad enemies. Nope. Unchanged.
The topography of Slidescape 36 bears deep wave marks. On the slide.
Hadron Resonant Lab. This is the one that's now the other confusing, but who is or what is this Hadron thing that gave the director or Darling an idea of what was to come? Gave them Hadron Resonant Amplifiers. Maybe Darling is now the bigger bad boss we have to fight. Fine. Hedron containment. Or Hedron might be Polaris' assistant. Let's see. Hedron containment. Hedron containment and siphoning practices. Hedron and the Hedron resonance are arguably the greatest assets this Bureau has ever possessed. The security of Hedron is unspeakably vital, which is why we have blank from the majority of Bureau employees. This report details the containment procedures required for the Hedron containment chamber, including details on the blank being pumped into the containment cell, mechanical upkeep of the resonance siphons, and the arrangement of the acoustic pillars to dampen or amplify the sonic range of the chamber. Note: for more information on the proper operational procedures for the resonance siphons, an additional report is coming soon. Refer to file 7-31-1830 for full report. Compiled by Dr. Casper Darling, Head of Research. Yeah, I've got a feeling it's an entity similar to Polaris. Okay, as our abilities. Dark corner man. Slide projector tests. Ah, okay, she's telling us to go there. Polaris. Telling us to go there. Okay, slide projector tests. Okay. The slide projector only works with slide 36. Logically, this means the slide itself is a part of the object of power or a distinct altered item. But of course, I had to make sure no other slides worked. I had to try. I thought maybe emotion had something to do with connection, history, love. I brought in my parents' old slides, birthday parties, vacations to Niagara Falls, my first day of high school, that kind of thing. There were 2 boxes worth. I had to dig around the garage for an hour to find them. Never once thought of looking at them since they passed. I tried them all. I waited until all the staff left for the night. I stayed up in that booth for hours trying everyone. Projector off, slide out, slide in, projector on, nothing happened. Projector off, slide out, slide in, projector on, nothing happened. Love wasn't a common factor. There's no correlation that I can see. Maybe the slide itself is the object of power. Maybe the projector's just an accessory. Maybe it doesn't matter. Why did that effing kid have to burn the other slides? See, we're gonna have trouble with Darling if he's still alive. If he's not the big bad boss. Didn't like us burning the slides. Ooh, I'm not sure about this. Looks like a big lockdown door over there. Am I gonna press the F? The F. I love it when they leave us the clues.
Expedition 3. We located the source of the resonance in Slidescape 36. It is an entity, a living organism of a considerable mass. I've named it Hedron based on its physical shape.
Hedron.
We built a
Was
container
that
for it.
you? Did he bring you here? Is that why you brought me here? You're here. You're here. They have you. I know you. I remember her from Ordinary. I thought I'd never see you again. Hang on, I'm coming.
What? It's not a different entity, it's the same entity that can speak to us. Uh-oh. The crazy guy.
I'm Dr. Casper Darling, and this is my final message.
Did he hide inside?
It's not the end. But after this, I won't.
Do myself.
I exposed myself to Hedron resonance fully. It's changing me.
Yes?
I've seen. shown so much. Slide Escape 36 was where Hedron stopped the spread of another. It's terrifying. It really is. It's another source of resonance. Trench was exposed to this other.
Ah.
It will now spread. I've done everything I can to stop the Hedron resonance amplifiers. I don't know if it'll make a difference. I won't be here when it happens. I should have told him anymore. I'm being sent one more lesson. Something wonderful, I think.
Wow. Okay, so Detective Sporiza time. So what it looks like when they explain it to me, I can bring my detective out. So it looks like they opened slide 36, right? The slide projector that when our character Jesse was a kid, they found the slide projector that opened doors to other worlds. And in one they found a entity, which he calls Polaris, that helped them and told them how to turn off the slide projector. And don't know what happened whether Polaris was actually with her all through her childhood or not, but when the story starts, Polaris is back, and Polaris has brought us to this building, which is actually the Bureau of Control, and we find the Director Trench and Darling is two key characters in the story, and they had a fallout, as we learn about what they brought back from an expedition, because they've reactivated or found the slide projector and reactivated and done an expedition to one of these, or the surviving slide doorway to a different world. And it happens to have been, what we deduced from the last few snippets, was that was actually where this physical entity, the cubish thing, which is Polaris's physical body, was actually brought back from this slide 36. However, what he just said was they experienced some resonance in slide 36. Right, we got it from Director Trench and from Darling now, but Director Trench, according to Darling, was exposed to a different kind of resonance to which Polaris was the opposite. So Polaris was actually defending against this opposite resonance, and by bringing Polaris back or into this world, they opened the door essentially for the Hiss then. And now Polaris called us here to do something about it. So Polaris was defending against the Hiss in this different world, and we turned off the projector, which made it safe, and then the Bureau actually reactivated and did an expedition, found this resonance thing, which was Polaris. They brought Polaris back. Trench was exposed to this other resonance, which was the Hiss, I assume, because we also found like little snippets of that the Hiss infection started in the executive sector. So it might have started when Director Trench shot himself, when the Hiss got out. Okay. Very interesting. Okay, so we were just here, we opened this door, we need to get in there somehow. How do we get in there? go down somewhere, I assume. And the shielding, the large-scale shielding, might be the large-scale hadron resonance amplifier, or HRA, that Darling was actually saying it's needed elsewhere, and it might have been just for this one entity, protecting our original protector. And do we get up here? Investigate the hadron chamber. We still have to find the slide projector to actually turn it off. Is it there? Might be through there. So this was the sand swan. Ah, it is the sand swan. I'm gonna go in that direction.
Through here? You are coming through so strong. Darling used this HRA to lock the door. I have to rip it off to get in. Are you sure? Okay, I'll be there. Hang on.
So it protects everybody else, probably. Have to rip it off to get in. Warning, warning, warning. Entering new area. Beware, entering a new area. Large scale HRA. Ah, so the button we pressed, or one of the buttons we pressed, was actually opening this large scale HRA. I assume there's actually a legitimate way to actually do this. There's a slide projector, so they actually just took it from the ramp and in a locked door over there. So that's a large scale HRA over there. How do we do that? So this is the large scale one that was protecting everyone. Supposed to protect her from the hiss, but she might not even need that protection. Ah, it might be over there. Might have to take her back to
The text on it, color slide film, this side towards screen, and the number 36. The topography of Slidescape 36 bears deep wave marks.
Oh, there. Hadron resonance. Nope, wait. What? No. There's something here. Ah. Okay. Sorry, darling. Destroying your work. Protect us against the hiss.
Hi. I made it.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
The hole in your room is a hole in you.
Uh-oh.
You gave it, we let you into the hole in you! You have only spent the only child, a copy of a copy of a copy!
No. Why did you... This was a mistake.
good. Unless we have been the plaything of the Hiss.